What's up everyone? Thank you all so much for coming back for another video. In this video, we are going to be talking about the 10 unforgivable calligraphy mistakes that everyone makes. And also I want to say I am so appreciative. It's so dope to see how we are almost at 1,000 subscribers. And as always, I appreciate you. But with that said, I'm going to talk to you a bit about these mistakes, and a lot of this is just from what I went through once I began my journey into calligraphy, as you all know. And with that said, let's go and get into it. First thing, the very first thing, just like with anything, is not practicing daily. And not practicing daily meaning that, oh, I don't need to practice. I'll practice, whenever I feel like it. But that is not going to help you get to the next level. And really, it all just depends on what your end goal is with calligraphy. If you want to get to a high level and be producing work that you are happy with, practicing daily is not difficult. It just is always something, not always. It is just something that you have to work into your daily routine. To number 2. This was one thing I had to learn, and that was not focusing on one hand and or style. And I say that because when I started out calligraphy, I was more focused on broad edge. And with broad edge, you have to do one hand for a year or so till you get it down, you learn the basics, and you really understand how to put the letters together and how your tools will work. And then with style will come. You just have to do your best to focus on one style and how you write your work. So number 3 is investing in your tools. And investing in your tools, this is number 3. Make sure that you are investing in your tools. And by investing in your tools, not being a person that says, I'm just gonna go to such and such place and I'm gonna spend as little as possible on tools, because why would I take the time to invest in something that I'm passionate about? But that is not the correct mentality, and I say that from my point of view, that was not the mentality that worked for me. And a good example was transitioning from using Crayola markers frequently for brush lettering or calligraphy, whatever you want to call it, on Instagram, to not really using them anymore, if at all, because it's something that I grew out of and I invested in better tools. So therefore, there's no need for me to even pick that up anymore. Numero 4, number 4. This was something that I am not even going to joke with you about. I was really nervous at first with sharing my calligraphy work, especially sharing it on Instagram. I literally had no idea how people were going to react to it. And I say, don't be scared to do so, because people will find your work and then they will see the growth. And it's just really putting yourself out there, because you're putting yourself out there and you are documenting. Documenting your work is very important, not just for you, not only for you, for others to see as well, because you never know, what you do may be inspiring someone else on a level or in a place in the world that you never even thought was possible. All right, let's go and get into number 5. Number 5 is accepting criticism. Accepting criticism is I have to say difficult for some people more than others, because I will never forget when I would, offer my 2 cents and my, more or less, my opinion on how someone can improve their work, and I would just feel like, no, it's don't do that, don't say that, they may get offended, and that is something that we all have to deal with from time to time. From offending the wrong person and people that can't accept criticism when the criticism is just something that you want to help them grow, help them get better. So I want to say with criticism, and not criticism, more or less, let me rephrase that, critiquing other people's work. Some people will be open to it, other people will tell you to F off and don't waste your time with me. I am happy with how my work is looking, and if you're not, that is okay. Just, I don't need to hear that from you. I am doing it my way. Number 6 is connecting with other artists. And once I started doing this, the whole the whole world of calligraphy opened up for me, and it made it a lot more enjoyable. And I say, by connecting with other artists, if you're on Instagram and you see someone's work, liking their posts, commenting, watching their stories, even shooting them a DM, because that is something that I have done and continue to do. People appreciate it more whenever you take the time to do like the little things, because we all just want to see that what we do matters not just to us, but to other people, and that people enjoy it. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there and connect with others, and don't be afraid to share your work. Let's go and get it to number 7. All right, number 7, knowing the difference between hand lettering and calligraphy. This is something I think would never stop being such a confusing topic for people. Hand lettering is letters drawn by hand, and calligraphy is letters drawn with a instrument, pen, brush pen, whatever device or tool that you use, that would be considered calligraphy. And hand lettering is letters that are drawn by hand. Number 8. Number 8, caring for tools properly. And over time, the more that you are practicing, going along with your calligraphy journey, brush pen journey, and this can be applied not just to calligraphy, but caring for your tools properly. And I say that caring for your tools properly is so important, because you don't want to spend $15, $20 on a pen and come to find out you used the wrong ink, or you washed the nib correctly, or you prepped it incorrectly. So learn how to care for your tools the correct way. Number 9, dedicating time for practice. This is what I have to say, out of all 10 of these, well, all 10 of them are important. Just this number 9 to me is just as important as the others. Dedicating time for practice. I remember when it was difficult for me dedicating time for practice, and yes, I still do dedicate time. You just have to learn how to work practice into your daily routine. I remember when I was practicing, learning what worked for me was that every single morning I would practice, at least for 15, 20 minutes. some simple quote, and that would get my practice in. And I would do that every single day. And it's not difficult to do. It just really is all up to what works for you. What I'm saying, that's what worked for me. And practicing in the morning, for me, it worked because I was fresh, waking up, and then after it put me in a good mood. Get to number 10. Number 10 are the expectations that you set for yourself. So setting expectations for yourself, meaning if you're posting on Instagram, you see that nothing is happening, you're not getting any followers, your views are not going up on your videos you post. What expectations did you set for yourself? What have you done to make that happen? Also, what have you done to make sure that your letters are looking better, that you are seeing the growth? Have you been documenting? Really, what is your expectations? What is your overall goal with this? Because calligraphy and being a designer, it takes time. Just like anything, it's not going to happen overnight. You have to stay committed, stay down, stay dedicated, and not give up, because that is what happens with a lot of people. If you're just starting on TikTok, Instagram, wherever, you're gonna notice that a lot of people that you start with, you're gonna see them be posting, and then they start getting less and less and less. So stay focused on what you want to do. And with that said, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what was your favorite tip that helped you in the comments below. And as always, all information is in the description below.